going to be doing printmaking today. For printmaking, you're going to need the following supplies. You need newspaper to cover your table. You're going to need an inking tray, a brayer, a baren or a plastic spoon for burnishing, ink, and then newsprint. You're going to start with a practice first. We have our print here that we're going to be inking. You have your inking tray, and you're going to put just a medium amount on there, the size of a quarter. And you're going to take your brayer and you're going to roll it back and forth until it's nice and tacky. If you can see that, it's just sort of slimy and gooey right now. You want it to be nice and even. The key is to just cover the top part of your linoleum block. You don't want it to seep down into the crevices. We need to get this nice and even. And if you can hear that, it actually has sort of a tacky sound. That's the sound that you want. Okay. So I have it nice and even. I'm going to cover my block print. You know, you're going to be graded on even ink application and clean borders. So if you get any of this ink on your newspaper, like I just did, then when you go to print it, you actually want to move your block away from that paper. So I'm just going to fold that over so it's nice and clean. Take my newsprint, lay it on top of it, and then very carefully you're going to burnish this. So you're going to rub it so that all of the ink evenly gets pressed onto the paper. This practice print is to see if you have all the areas cut out deep enough, if any of your lines are crooked or straight. You can then go ahead and correct them. Okay, at this point it doesn't matter if the ink is even, you're just looking to make sure that the block itself is correct. I'm going to pull that off and look and see if that's exactly how you want it. Now in my print, I got some ink here, and I can choose to either carve that down a little bit more, or I can rip a little piece of paper off and put it there if I don't want it to show. But it looks like I have all my lines exactly how I want. If it is exactly how you want it, you can then just go right to printing your finals. Your finals, you're going to do a white paper and then 3 other colors. Those colors are on my front table, so I can just go right back over this and ink it some more. If you have any corrections to make, then you have to wash it, dry it, and then carve it. And then after you make your corrections, you'll then do another test print. So I really didn't like that card up in her forehead, so I'm going to block it off with a little piece of paper. So I'll cover that right there. Take my white piece of good paper, lay that right over the top. I'm going to take my time burnishing so it's nice and even in value. So you're getting graded on even ink application and clean borders. Before I pull this back, I can actually take half of it and pull it back, and I can see, like right in this area, I want it a little bit darker. So I'm just going to burnish it a little bit more. I do the same thing at the bottom. So I'm going to turn this around. Pull that back. From there I can see that it's a little bit light, so I'm going to burnish it even more. more times on colored construction paper.